What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live, and I have your go-to credit sweep cheat sheet for literally everything that you could possibly want to know for creating your dispute letters, your dispute reasons, specific account type disputes, FCRA and FDCPA violations, you name it. I've got it for you. And obviously, we've got the link right on the screen if you want to go access that. But make sure that you stay here because we're going to go over this. But of course, again, down in the description and on the screen, you will find that link. All right. So why did we create this? We created this because so many people are asking the same questions. How many disputes are a maximum on my letter? How many dispute reasons on my accounts? How many letters per envelope? How do you use the validation of debt? What's an example dispute letter? What are the steps to creating a dispute reason? How do I deal with third-party collections? How do I deal with removing late payments? How do I deal with removing charge-offs? How do I deal with XYZ? And this cheat sheet literally explains it all. Now, we're not going to go over every single one of these, but we're going to go over a couple of them. And obviously, again, you can use this link right here to go check that out. Or you can use this link at the top of the screen to schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can help, if I can do a credit sweep for you and remove your negative items and increase your credit score. But if you are ready, let's get started. All right. So, and when you go and access this, you are literally going to find the exact same thing that I am showing you right now. So let's start with creating the perfect dispute letter. All right. Now, how do you do this? It's actually really simple. All right. So we want to create a lo-fi dispute that wows. Okay. How do we do that? Look at the screen. You have your information at the top. You have a simple dispute reason why you are sending this letter. What's the purpose of your letter? And then you have your disputed accounts and you have a closing. It is simple. It is clean. And that's it. We're talking about 2 to 4 sentences and no more. All right. And make sure that you stay to the end because you are going to learn a lot. All right. Now, what about maximums? Well, that's actually really simple. It's a max of 10 accounts per letter, excluding medical and inquiries. You can put an unlimited amount on there for medical and inquiries. All right. Now, it is one dispute reason per account. Why are we only using one dispute reason per account? Well, if you want to put all of your eggs in one basket and, not be able to dispute again, then hey, that is completely up to you. But that is going to be a fail. Now, what about how many disputes go in an envelope? That's going to be one letter per envelope. Look, if you have multiple letters because you have, 10, 20, 30 accounts, then hey, send out a new letter. All right. Now, what about the validation of debt? Well, look, let's be very clear on this. This is a method that you are using directly with third-party collectors and not with the credit bureaus or creditors or debt buyer collectors like Portfolio Recovery and Midland and Cap, all of those. No. This is third-party collections like medical, utility, the gym, National Grid, or your power or your cable. Okay. Also note that if the account is within the statute of limitations, you should be very careful when deciding who to dispute with. If the account has a balance or a higher balance, this may be something if you just want to stay away from it and only dispute directly with the credit bureaus. Okay. And that is just my recommendation. All right. And of course, we have example dispute letters, but you know what? It's really simple. If we scroll down, I'm going to give you a very easy way to write it. And I might not have included it on here. Where is it? I am looking for it, but it's actually really easy. So let's go and add this in here. All right. Now, why do we want to do this? We're doing this because I'm seeing disputes that are being sent out that have, here we go. I'm seeing disputes that are being sent out that have absolutely nothing to do with the things that are being disputed. And, people are including way too many things on there. And we don't want to do that. It's real simple. It's right down here at the bottom under step number 6. Name, date of birth, social, address, today's date, bureau name and address, your why paragraph. Why are you sending this letter? Your disputed accounts and reasons, 1 line closing, name. That is it. Have a nice day. All right. Now, why are we doing this? Well, again, this is really simple. We do not want to overload the bureaus. All right. We do not want to send out a bunch of pursuant to this and pursuant to that and blah. No. We actually want to take all instances of pursuant to do and my intention and blah out. And speaking of which, I actually have a checklist for you on what should be included in your letter. And let's go find that right here. Dispute letter checklist. You want to locate all derogatory accounts, locate all inaccuracies for each account, create a hierarchy of the inaccuracies per each account, create a dispute reason for the number one inaccuracy at the top of the hierarchy, compose a dispute letter, include the number one reason for each account, include the reason why you are writing the letter, and send out your dispute. Additionally, there are certain things that we want to remove, like I said, pursuant to my intention, litigation, CC attorney, and anything else that makes it look like you are not an authentic consumer writing a dispute. And of course, you want to include your ID, your proof of address, include your exhibits such as, screenshots of your accounts that you are disputing, and that is it. All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know, maybe do you want to learn about writing dispute reasons? Well, it's actually really simple. Okay, so all we're doing is figuring out why this account does not belong, right? And there's three main things that I can give you to look for that are really going to help you when it comes to removing your negative items, such as notice of dispute. Now, where is this? It's in the comment section of the account. Now, the notice of dispute was not entered within 30 days of receipt. This is a violation of section 623. Delete it. So you send out letter 1, 30 days pass, pull a new report, notice of dispute is not on there, use that as your dispute reason. All right. Another idea, look at the date last reported. Well, they verified this as accurate, but they didn't update the date last reported or the status update date. Obviously, this means they did not do an investigation. So that's another thing that you can dispute. All right. Date last paid. Now let's just say that they have 3 different dates. Why do you have 3 different dates if all this information is coming from one creditor? Well, that does not make any sense to me, and this account needs to be removed. But we actually have to support our argument with these facts, such as delete this account for inaccuracy because it reports with 3 different years between all 3 bureaus in the date last reported. And then you just say, Experian reports this date, Equifax reports that date, and TransUnion reports this date. And there's a little bit more on this, but we are going to keep it moving. And again, you want to access this, use this link right now. All right. This is literally your go-to credit sweep cheat sheet to remove your negative items, increase your credit score, and move on with your life. All right. And I literally give you step by step exactly what you need to do. All right. So just as an example, we have step number 1, your basics and foundation training. All right. What you're going to look for. Step number 2, take a look at your accounts and check for these inaccuracies. And then I give you blatant inaccuracies and, different things. Step number 3, now creating the Gero formula and examples of this and how to plug your account information directly into this formula. Step number 4, now you're going to go and actually build out your actual dispute reason using the Gero formula. What the heck is the Gero formula? Well, it's actually really simple. This is a formula I created over 4 years ago that I used to remove over 50,000 negative items from client credit reports. And you can use this too. Take the information from your credit report, plug it into this formula, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That is it. And then how to create your dispute letter, the questions that you need to answer, building out your initial paragraph, and then building out your entire letter. And that is it. So if you are a beginner, you don't know how to dispute, you don't know how to create a dispute letter, then hey, this cheat sheet is going to be for you. Now let's talk about disputing specific accounts like debt buyer collections, things that you should be looking for, past due, limit, late payments. And hey, guess what? I give you an example and I tell you why. Let's look at third-party collections, such as unknown collection. Just so you know, they actually have to report a collector name and address. Otherwise, it's a violation of section 623. Look for a limit, late payments, and the notice of dispute. Okay. And this goes along with the validation of debt. Now let's move on. Removing late payments. All right. You want to look at the oldest late payment that you can see on your credit report and dispute it. Inconsistent reporting, date of first delinquency, and then of course to remove the account using late payments, what you can do, and an example dispute. All right. Now let's go and check out removing charge-offs. Now this is going to be the biggest one, and it's biggest because there are so many charge-offs out there. And there's so many people who are saying, hey, Kristen, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to remove my charge-offs. I don't know how to XYZ. hello, this is the reason why I put this together. Okay. So you're going to look at date last paid, date last reported, oldest late payment you can see on your credit report, inconsistent reporting, date of first delinquency, late payment history such as charge off, or late payments after this account was closed, monthly payment on a closed account or transferred or sold. I give you an example. I tell you exactly what to look for and how this actually can be used for charge-off student loan accounts, late payments that you want to remove entirely, foreclosure, repossessions, regular collections, so on and so forth. All right. And now, how would you use this for a student loan? Well, that's actually really, really simple because they're all going to be reported the same way. All right. Now, let's go over to FCRA violations, and we're going to go down and check out this one. So furnishing and reporting old information. This one is pretty straightforward. Okay. If it's outdated, it doesn't belong on your credit report. All right. Furnishing and reporting inaccurate information. All right. These are the most common FCRA violations, and I literally go over them, each and every single one of them. All right. A debt dispute violations by creditors and other information suppliers, privacy violations, requesting a credit report for impermissible purpose. Now, this is a big one. This is actually how I personally remove inquiries with the credit bureaus. Okay. Now, just so you know, a little bit of a side note there. I personally dispute directly with the data furnisher as well as the credit bureaus, okay? And sometimes you gotta write them, you gotta fax them, you gotta email them, you gotta make complaints with the CFPB, the AG, the BBB, the FTC. You gotta do everything you possibly can. And this goes for disputing all of your accounts. But a side note here, there's a time and place for CFPB complaints. There's a time and place for BBB complaints. There's a time and place for AG and FTC complaints. All right. It is not on round one. It is not unless you actually know what you are doing. All right. And it's going to be another fail. Okay. Now I'm not trying to tell you that, you don't really know what you're doing if this is what you have been doing, but I am telling you that there's a better way. All right. So, failing to follow debt dispute procedures, debt dispute violations by CRAs, debt dispute violations by creditors and other information suppliers, privacy violations, requesting, we just went over that one. And guess what? Again, you can go check this out right now. Use that link on the screen if you want to access every single one of these things. I took a bunch of cheat sheets. I put them all in one. And again, if you need help increasing your credit score, removing your negative items, first of all, you need to smash that like, because I'm giving you this information for free in my 1,200 videos going back 9 years. But also, you want to subscribe so that you can increase your credit score the right way and move on with your life. But if you need help, my740.com for Credit Suite. Hey, if I can help you, I, may offer my services. And if not, I'll point you in the right direction. All right. Again, I have 1,200 videos that show you exactly how to do this.